You know, the president has once again reiterated his call for a reinstatement of the assault weapons ban. You know, back in 2020, you went viral. You posted this video after a similar plea. Take a watch.
I have a message for Joe Biden and Beto O'Rourke. If you want to take everyone's AR-15 in America, why don't you swing by my office in Washington, D.C. and start with this one?
You can't have a bunch of people walking around with guns. I used to tell people when we did Bosnia, Kosovo, anything like that, you get enough people with weapons around and there will be unintended consequences.
Come and take it.
Look, I come from a place where all of my friends have guns, many of them use ARs. I guess my question is do you concern as a federal official, as a lawmaker, as somebody who legislates, that something like that maybe diminishes the impact of what this moment is and kind of the conversations that's happening, at least if you're trying to reach a resolution on issues?
Well, if Joe Biden is interested in reaching a resolution on the issue, let him deal with the southern border.
Do you know which American president said for decades the United States has not been in complete control of its borders?
No.
That president was George W. Bush in 2006. Are you familiar with Operation Intercept at all?
I'm not.
Okay. That was an operation put in by an American president that basically shut down the southern border for about 3 weeks. And then it was lifted because it was not sustainable. That American president was Richard Nixon. This hearing is titled Biden's Border Crisis. That is completely wrong. It is not Biden's border crisis. This has been a crisis for over half a century, from Nixon and every American president after him.
We have drugs coming across the southern border, and this crisis, this mental health crisis that we have in this country, has a direct relationship to our drug laws being loosened.
From the Cato Institute, which is a libertarian think tank, the title of it is Fentanyl is Smuggled for U.S. Citizens by U.S. Citizens. And what the facts from this article show are that in 2021, U.S. citizens were 86.3% of the convicted fentanyl traffickers. In addition, over 90% of fentanyl seizures occur at legal crossing points or interior vehicle checkpoints.
And the lack of funding at the state level for mental health services.
I just simply think of the 13,000 children who will not receive mental health care as a result of this bill. And I'm just wondering which of the 13,000 you're willing to sacrifice, because that's really what I think this is all about. At the end of the day, there'll be 13,000 kids who were getting mental health services that won't get mental health services given the commissioner's own numbers in this bill.
So let Joe Biden deal with some of the issues that are underlying the very serious, and I have to tell you, my heart goes out every time we have one of these shootings to the victims and their families.
Lord, when babies die at a church school, it is time for us to move beyond thoughts and prayers.